Hi, welcome back to It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen, and happy Sunday. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was actually not that bad. It was actually pretty good. Um, I didn't have to work this weekend, and of course, as usual, I waited till oh god. Of course, I waited until quarter to 10 on Sunday night to record this podcast. Nice. But, brighter note, um, I know I have this thing of I do not believe in Christmas um until December 1st. Mostly because November is kind of like that awkward stage. And yes, I'm also one of those people where August, I think it's the 27th or the 23rd of August, um, when pumpkin spice starts, that's when fall starts for me. Right up until midnight on October 31st, Halloween night. Okay, then November 1st is when winter starts for me. So winter, not Christmas. To me, Christmas season does not start till Tuesday, December 1st. That's just me. The month of November to me is kind of weird because, well, I don't live in the States, but I live in Canada where Thanksgiving is in October. This is going to be like a huge contradiction. Okay? So, I live in Canada where Thanksgiving is in October. Okay, so November is weird because in the States, Thanksgiving is. Oh, they just had their Thanksgiving last week. And then Black Friday just happened, and then tomorrow, Monday, November 30th, will be Cyber Monday. So, personally, and also you have to remember that Remembrance Day, no, it's not funny, is in November. So, to me, there's a lot of stuff, and on top of that, Mother Nature doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. Um, because between fall, September, where it's still getting over the month of hot as balls, and then October, where it debates on life. Then November, where it's very confusing. Is it winter? Is it fall? We don't know, so it's summer. So it's weird. So, my opinion, I can't wait till Tuesday for Christmas season. And I actually already finished my Christmas shopping already, and it's not even Christmas season already. Um, I normally like to shop early, but the last couple of years I waited till Lord, you look at that. Christmas is tomorrow. Maybe I should do my shopping. Right? But because of COVID, I figured, why not get everything done early before the COVID infests the shopping malls? Right? Yeah, that completely seems legit. Um, I mean, the bright side, I feel like this year for Christmas shopping happens to be like so much fucking easier in a way because, well, we all experienced COVID, so we already kind of spent most of the time at home in a way. So it's like, well, we already know. We don't really necessarily have to think about what it is that we want for Christmas. Because if you were the person, depending on what your feeling is, if you are a lucky bastard who got to stay home, during the first wave of lockdown, you kind of went through your house, and by the time lockdown was complete in July-ish, August-ish, somewhere around there, you already went through your entire house, or your home, whatever, and you already figured out what you already wanted for Christmas. Or you were the poor bastard, depending on who you are, who was stuck at work. So then your answers are always the same. Work clothes or shit for work, right? Yeah. Seems legit. As an introvert and somebody who isn't a very big fan of a lot of people, like, I'm not too keen on big crowds. I'm literally good with like one or two people. That's it. So this year has been fucking fantastic for me. It's like everybody's like the little bit of time where it's like 1 or 2 months where everything was good, and if the government's like, yeah, okay, you guys can go out, but like these are your rules. And people are like, come over. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Why? COVID. Um, they're like, oh, well, you suck. And I'm like, yeah, well, people are gross. So at the grocery store today, literally the grocery store, and you would think that people would leave the mask on and wear it fucking properly while going through the grocery store. No. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. No, no. Or you have like those people who wear the mask as a chin guard instead of a mask for their face. But yeah, please wear your mask properly. It protects other people from you, from your germs. So please just put it on your face. You're really not wearing it for too long, but whatever. So, in my last podcast, I kind of like briefly talked about it, and hopefully, maybe I can hopefully like talk more about it, or as much as I can. But the last podcast, I had brought up the fact that I would like to live the van life. Like saying, fuck paying somebody else's mortgage and fuck buying myself a house and living in it. Like, maybe I would buy a house, but it'd be like one of those like tiny living like houses or places, and then try and use the remaining land to kind of like live off of in a way, because like realistically, I used to be like one of those people who was like minimalistic. I wanted everything, and over the past couple of not like the past 2 years, but I've been living on my own now for about 6.5 years, and I have downgraded a lot, and I don't necessarily need that much space per se. Um, pretty much became very minimalistic. Like legit. I hate clutter. I am constantly going through my shit, trying to downgrade it. Nah, I don't very much care for shit. So it's like I don't necessarily need a 2-story house. Pretty much my living room, office, and bedroom are in the same room, and it works. I say it's still too fucking big, but that's like besides the point. So it's like my room's literally has everything but the toilet and the kitchen sink. Don't tempt me, because I'll probably find a way to kind of like weasel it in here. But I personally think that I would successfully be dope and pretty cool to live in a van. Or like buy like one of those like short buses. I think I mentioned last time that I follow a couple of people on Pinterest and on Instagram. And like some of them have YouTube channels, so like follow them around on YouTube. It's so interesting on how they are able to have a bed in there, have a functioning little kitchen with like a little sink, and how they have like, oh, what are those little things called? It's like a stovetop, but it's not a stove. It's not called a stove. It's called something else. If you know what it's called, please comment down below if you're listening to this on YouTube. But and then don't know what they, excuse me, I don't know what they do for an oven. I should probably look that up. I guess it would like still for like the oven and stove. It would kind of be like, you know how, if you ever been in a trailer, it would kind of have something like that. But like if you're living in a van, I don't know if that would be like ideal in a way. You know what I mean? But like if you're living in a little school bus, like a little like half-size school bus, those little short ones, I guess you could have a kind of like a kitchen like you would in a trailer, because I guess you have like you would, I suppose you would have like a little bit more space in a way. By going through Pinterest and like searching it up on Google, people make it work. They're not like living in a trailer or anything. They're literally living in a van or like a little school bus. I would think, excuse me. I mean, I'm sure the van would be dope as fuck, but realistically, I think I would be more comfortable with more like legroom, a little bit more spacious if I lived in like a little school bus. Be like the magic school bus. I don't know what I just did that for. But like even looking at like cool pictures of or following, I think no, I don't follow anybody who lives in a school bus, but just like looking at other people while they're living in a school bus, it's like you have like more storage that way, because that would be like more ideal for me, because I like to exercise a lot, so it'd be like more space on rainy days to throw out a yoga mat in like the middle of the bus and be like yoga, or yeah, have like one or two people come over and just like chill out. The bright side, I could also fit a queen size bed in there for the queen that I am. That would be dope as fuck. And like it would like give me more space for like doing artsy shit and stuff like that. So living in a bus or like the van life, um because what I do in my day job, um and like it's just like over like the last 6 years, I have lots of driving time throughout my day. um for one, I mean, I have, okay, this is just some perks of living the van life. um I mean, because I go to for work, going to traveling around for work, person to person, it'd be like than having maybe about 2 hours to kill. But with COVID, it'd be like so nice to have like some already like a bathroom with you, or like especially like in the wintertime, because I live in Canada, don't have to travel home on a 2 hour break and have like an hour to kill at home. And I always feel like I don't have enough time. But if I already have my home with me, that would save so much gas money. If I don't have to travel home for lunch, that would basically save me time and gas money. And I could actually probably have a nap before my next appointment. That literally like sounds dope as fuck. And I don't have to like worry about rushing home to the bathroom, because like the bathroom's already like in my car. It's like, yeah, right? Totally. But I think like one of like the hardest things about van life would be like, I don't know, because like I would have to like work it out and research it and find out as I go. But like water, for one, how would you like collect your water? Like you can't just go up to somebody's hose and like use it. But like the winter time when there's snow, you just like fill up your water tank with snow. And I personally would have a filter on my water tank, so like it would filter it out, and then yeah, I could just brush my teeth. But then like finding places to empty out my toilet and stuff, and yeah, and parking. Because ideally it would be nice to park around my first client or whatever, wherever I'm going. Be ideal to park close to them. That way I could like sleep in more and stuff like that. Have more me time and not spend that 20 minutes of travel time and getting ready to leave. If you haven't figured it out yet, I am one person who is always notorious to be either one, super fucking early to something, like obnoxious. To me, on time is 10-15 minutes before. Like if you have to be somewhere at 9 a.m., on time is 8:45 to 8:50. If you're on time, you're late. Fair? Yeah. But I'm either obnoxiously early, like 8:15, 8:30, or late. So I get there like 9:15, 9:30. There's never like anywhere in fucking between. Never. Like I can't. Like no, not happening. So the van life, at least like I would always be there on fucking time, I think. I hope. Maybe? But I also, one of like the sole purposes of me wanting to live the van life would be because, like I said, I'm tired of paying somebody rent to live. Like, I don't want to pay you to live. Why do I have to pay somebody, like my landlord, to live on their property? I mean, like, I don't know. I've been doing it for years, and I'm like wasting so much fucking money. Like, legitly. But I'm not about to go out in the woods and pitch a tent. Because no. That's I feel like living in the van life, you are technically saving money because you're not paying a mortgage and you're not paying rent. You save money on heat and hydro and the water bill. That one's a question mark. And property taxes, mortgages, and rent. So, yeah, maybe. And then with the hydro, you have there's people, they put solar panels on top, on the roof of their van or bus, whatever. Same shit. And that's literally solar panel. You solar panel your van. Obviously, you still have to the engine and the gas and oil and whatever for the engine part, but for the living part of your van, solar panel, and that's dope as fuck. But I feel like the van life, I guess you would experience life differently. And I mean, if anybody is listening to this podcast, help me out. Please, if you're listening to this on YouTube, feel free to comment down below because I would like your fucking input. Please. I feel like the van life, you would understand nature more. You would, in a way, understand yourself more. It'd be meditating almost, because it's well, you're now living in a van. You're essentially living in a vehicle. Okay. So you essentially become more in tune with yourself, mentally, physically, whatever. Because it's more nature wise. I feel like I'm questioning this entire podcast, but I'm not. I promise. I think. I don't know. But basically, in summary, so I'm not completely rambling on. Van life, like I was saying, in short. Yeah, van life isn't necessarily for everybody, but it can cut out major expenses, and you could actually I mean, if you're a person who works from home anyways, it'd be a new adventure for you in your working life, because you be working on the road, so that could be a new adventure there. And learning, I was trying to explain, learning where to eat, and how to eat, learning how to bathe complete differently, because now you're in a van, right? New experiences for bathing and using the toilet, and just yeah. But just like everything, van life can be inconvenient in some ways, which, I mean, I say this now in the comfort of my apartment, of my house. I don't think I would mind, because everything has a challenge. Living itself has a challenge. You have to take care of your own body every single fucking day. And that's for everybody, is a challenge in on itself. But basically, van life has its inconveniences. Restrooms, like I was saying, it's one of those things where you have to actually think about, because fine if you are able to put a little toilet in your van, so pretty much bathing and going to the bathroom, doing your laundry, making sure that you can find internet, parking, or mail. Like, what the fuck do you do with your mail? Like, where do you even send it? Or, um, it could be lonely at times if you're doing the van life yourself. That would be like, that's like goes with the van life can also be rewarding and in a way, and you're able to find yourself and really like think in a way. So those are like some of like the pros and cons that I have of van life. Um, yeah, to pretty much find myself in a van life. I don't know if I would do it forever or if I will actually get to that far in my life of living van life. I mean, I think it would like be pretty fucking badass to live in a van life. Um, and because I'm also like on this like sustainability journey, um, I mean, I can see because you're living in a vehicle, like a machine per se, like you can't, a human being, you cannot be 100% sustainable, 100%, you're going to consume stuff, okay? And you're going to consume trash. No matter fucking like how hard you try, you need to eat, you need to breathe, you need to wear clothes. Um, but it's what you do with everything, like how you eat, breathe, and shit, is what counts. Um, if you know what I mean. But I mean, living in a vehicle isn't like sustainable. I mean, the vehicle itself is sustainable, but I mean, if you could solar panel your living space in the van, that would count. Um, I mean, it would knock down the amount of driving I would do in a day, technically, from driving home to work all the time. Um, when I go for hikes or adventures, at the end of the day, I wouldn't necessarily have to drive home because, well, home came with me. So there's that on keeping things a little better, sustainable that way. Um, and obviously, because you are living in a van or like a bus, you don't really have much space. So it's not like you're going to consume a lot of materialistic things, mostly because, well, you don't really have too much space in it. You're basically, it's like your bed, and then, oh, look, you're suddenly like in the kitchen, in the bathroom. And then suddenly you're like in the driver's seat or like outside. So it's like you can't really consume a lot of stuff. Um, so that could have positive benefits and negative benefits. Because maybe you're doing an extra trip or two to the grocery store. Or saving money. Well, yeah, you would be saving money because you're not buying extra shit to go into your van, right? Um, I mean, it would suck to have to go to, unless you're one of those people who are okay with like hand washing your clothes. Um, but you would still have to like drive to the laundromat, or a friend's house to do laundry and take a shower. Um, so those aren't really ideal, but if it works for you, it works for you, right? I mean, it'd be like pretty fucking dope to, um, if you still go to your day job and you don't work from home, I mean, take a week off, you could still drive to the other side of the country and back and just like go straight to work, right? Be like pretty dope in a way. I know that like maybe I'll do this on like another podcast, but I know like this wasn't like an in-depth podcast. It was like a more in-depth from last time, from like the last podcast. But like I'm still kind of like researching it and whatnot. Um, and like some of like the blogs and people I follow, the only major issue is basically the bathing part and like the bathroom part. But maybe I will do, if you guys want and are interested in this stuff. Like I am, like I'm still doing research on it. Obviously, I like to do lots of research on stuff. My favorite part. Then maybe we can go like in depth and have like a full on conversation about it in another podcast down the road. But um, pretty much today was just like my general opinion on van life. I think it would be an ideal for me to live a van life. I'm okay with being secluded and being alone, and that's actually okay with me. Um, and just, yeah, basically, that is honestly completely okay with me. But that is it for today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and feel free to comment down below if you're listening to this on YouTube. And I'm always up for discussions and ideas for future podcasts. And share with your friends so they can share the same experience as you, or don't. It's whatever, right? Well, until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.